Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're continuing taking a look at airport lounges, this time focusing on Delta Sky Clubs, one that I used to frequent quite a bit back in the day. So, of course, we'll tell you everything you need to know about Sky Clubs, from what you can expect, where they're at, how you can get in, of course, the credit cards, how they work, and everything you need to know to see if Sky Clubs are worth your time or not. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, we do have a lot of Delta fans out there, partly because of the American Express relationship, and we'll talk about it. But, this funny story, this is the second go-around of making this video, because we made it, getting ready to launch, and then Delta actually changed the entire rules of how you get into a Sky Club. So, even if you've seen one of these before, this one is going to be more of an update, because the rules have completely changed, and we will definitely talk about that. But first, what is Delta Sky Club if you're new to this? Well, the airlines, the major airlines, so, Delta, United, American, they all, own and operate their own specific airline lounges, airport lounges that you can go to before your flight, things like that. Some of you can get into afterwards. So the gist of it is, it's just like a place that you can not be on the busy, loud terminal. We'll talk about what they have in there. So as a result, though, there's a few rules to start before you can actually access the Delta Sky Club. So first of all here, again, it's because it's owned and operated by Delta, you must be flying Delta. Pretty obvious. You can't get in with a United boarding pass. They will ask you for your boarding pass. Has to be a same-day boarding pass. Now, normally entry is allowed up to 3 hours before your scheduled flight departure. Now, the delays and layovers, those are fine. They're not going to really hold you against that. But again, up to 3 hours. Sometimes you can get sooner, honestly. I mean, it's really only when they're packed that I've seen them personally enforce that. And you can enter on departure and arrival as well, which is very helpful, which means, you can get some extra mileage from that. So when you're going to your home airport to fly out, then when you come back or hit your destination, you can still get back in, grab some food, a shower, what have you. So again, those are Sky Clubs. Now overall, again, they're going to be at major Delta hubs usually, but we'll put it on screen for you for the locations so you can see where they're at. Then we'll get into how you actually get into these. So again, you can see, like DTW, Atlanta, there's some big hubs out there. New York has a few. So again, they're fairly common. Not everywhere, but again, you just want to make sure, you're checking your route accordingly, see if they're in multiple airports that you frequent. Now, once you know where they're at, what can you expect? Well, it kind of varies in my experience, but on general, the perks are they can kind of help you in lounge or flight assistance. They'll have some agents there if you need to change your bookings or things like that. They do have alcoholic drinks. They have non-alcoholic stuff. Top shelf stuff is going to cost, but you can get some stuff, complimentary. The food and the snacks are the ones that vary the most to me. I've seen full on breakfast spreads in the morning. Then, I've also seen just like a pile of granola bars, and that's all you get. So it can vary. Of course, they have other things. There's TVs around. The showers is also a big one, at select locations, not everywhere, though. But again, the gist of it is, these aren't anything overly fancy in my experience, though Delta is kind of revamping a lot of them, so that might change over time. It's really just meant to be something that's not on the airport. Since you're a member, you can get some food and eat there versus paying high airport prices, things like that. So now that you know where they are and what they have, if you're interested, how do you get in? Because again, we're going to assume you're flying Delta. Well, the other part, this is what's really changed. So we're going to take a look at all the options they've laid out. Again, this is coming directly from Delta's site. So here you have it. We'll start out with the first one, which is memberships, which is actually one of the ones that's changed the most. So you can buy a membership. You have to be gold, silver, platinum, diamond, medallion members to do so. Now, if you wanted one, an individual membership was again going to give you, the owner of the membership, unlimited access. You can get 2 guest visits at $50 each. Guest passes have gone up. It used to be $39. So that's going to run you $695 or 69,500 Sky Miles. That's a 1 cent per point valuation on the miles. Probably not worth it. Honestly, you can get more booking tickets with the miles. So I'd probably pay cash if you're interested in this. Executive membership, the next one up, unlimited access to you plus 2 guests per visit. So $1,495. Again, 1 cent per point redemption if you wanted to do Sky Miles as well. Now, it's important to note here, in addition to being a medallion member, gold, silver, platinum, or diamond, you also can't fly basic economy. So even if you buy the membership, if your boarding pass, you show them and you're flying basic economy, no go. You are not going to get in, which is a little bit interesting, being honest, since you paid all that for the membership. So that might be off-putting. So what's your next option? Well, it's a credit card show. So as you might have imagined or heard, credit card. So you have a few here. So the American Express has the relationship with Delta. So there's like 4 options. So the Amex Delta Reserve, again, unlimited access, 1 guest pass a year. They have the business version of that. These are the purple cards. So same deal, unlimited access, 2 guests at $50 each, or 1 guest pass a year. And of course, you have the Amex Platinum and Amex Business Platinum. Those are the exact same, unlimited access to the card holder, then 2 guests at $50 each. Now, you could, always add authorized users to those cards for a fee. I think it's like $75 to add authorized user to, I think. And then you could, pass. They would then, the authorized users would then get membership as well. But what else? There are a few other options. Now, it's important to note here that if you're doing choice benefits, right? So if you're a Diamond Medallion member, you used to be able to redeem choice benefits to get in. So the cost for an executive membership is now 3 choice benefit selections. Individual memberships and credit card guest pass access will no longer be offered via choice benefits starting for the 2024 Medallion year and beyond, so be aware of that. Now, again, if you have certain airfare, certain status, so Delta One and Premium Select, so Diamond, Platinum, and Gold Medallion members flying internationally in Main Cabin or Delta Comfort Plus will no longer receive Delta Sky Club access unless they have access through a different entry, such as a Delta Sky Mile Club membership, or of course a credit card. Diamond, Platinum, or Gold Medallion status will still permit entry to the club if flying in Delta Premium, Select International, or in Delta One. And of course, what else? So no changes if you are a 360 Elite member, Elite Plus members of other SkyTeam airlines, so SkyTeam's like the airline family that Delta's in. Delta and SkyTeam Elite Plus members flying in Delta Premium Select and Delta One cabins, and any customer in Delta One cabins. One last thing here on the statuses and the entry. It's important to note, no matter which one you have, there is all basically prioritization now if the airport is busy or the lounge is busy. So there are dedicated entry lines now for Diamond Medallion, Delta 360, and Delta One. Plus, there's an occupancy tracker in the app, similar to how Amex has for Centurion Club, so you can usually see how busy it is before you go over and wait in line. So there you have it. Again, those are all the changes that Delta has made, and realistically, it kind of breaks down to 2 specific crowds. To get into the lounge, you're either going to have a credit card or you're going to have some type of Delta status and have been flying, spending quite a bit of money because you're not flying in basic economy. That's pretty much it. Because again, even if you buy a membership, one, you still have to be a Medallion member to buy a membership. Number 2, even if you buy the membership, you can't fly basic economy. So really, they're trying to limit it, because you can also see that like Delta 360 hasn't changed at all. That was like the one group that wasn't affected at all. So this is overall supposed to help with the overcrowding of the lounge, because again, it was fairly easy to get in. Lounge memberships were cheaper, guest passes were cheaper. The credit cards are very ubiquitous, again, because they're going to be Delta hubs, and Amex and Delta have the relationship. So this is kind of what it's focused on. So obviously, I think the best way to get in is honestly the credit card. I think it's priced that way on purpose. So of course, if you're flying Delta all the time and you're road warrior, then you're probably covered. You can probably get a membership to bill it back to your company or a client, something like that. I think it would be fine. But even if you're flying all the time, but not quite enough to, just, on the tickets that just get access, then, I still, again, the credit cards, the Delta Reserve is $550. That also can help you push up to the next level of status if you put a lot of spend on it. Of course, the regular Platinum card is priced at $695, but it comes with a lot of other things. And you also get, in addition to Sky Club, of course, Centurion lounges and Priority Pass access as well. So, again, I think it's priced that way on purpose because the memberships are all very expensive. So if you're going to pay that much money, that you're going to frequent the Sky Club that much, then I think you'd be better off just getting one of the credit cards, which again, I think is the overall point. And overall, my experience with Sky Clubs, it's been very hit or miss. I do think the good thing that Delta should get more credit for is, in their hub airports, they put multiples of their lounges, where with Centurion lounges, there's usually only one, and the sizes often vary. I know they're refreshing them, but at least in DCW, obviously, it's either LaGuardia or JFK, one of the two, they have lounges, and they're like right across from each other, but they try to direct you based on, where your terminal is, go to that one, and they're pretty sizable. Now, again, I don't personally think they're that fancy. I mean, they're fine. It's just kind of like off the airport. It's more comfortable. Yes, there's food and drinks and things like that. So yes, it's better, but how much better? Well, I mean, that's really up to you. I had the Platinum card for Delta Sky Club back in the day. I ended up getting rid of the card because I didn't want to pay for it, and it's a whole nother story. But again, if you want access, I think that the Platinum card is the way to go, or the Reserve if you know you need more help. The Delta Reserve just help hitting status. But of course, you frequent flyers out there, sound off down below. Let me know what you think of Delta Sky Clubs and what you think now is the best way to get in. Credit card or grind it out for status and then buy the membership. Love to get your thoughts on that. But anyways, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. Of course, if you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every week and right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Again, just Delta, sound off down below, or if you prefer American or United Lounges, let me know that and why. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.